In light of the immense historical consequences of false flag operations, one might assume that they would be the subject of continual and extensive study by journalists and scholars. Yet, if anything, the opposite is true. False flags remain one of the biggest taboos in journalism. In order to sidestep the issue and deep politics as a whole, many journalists and academics have created a workaround. They call it conspiracy theory.
How much would you attribute the increase in conspiratorial thinking to that red line?
There has been an explosion of conspiracy theories flying fast and furious over the internet.
Those conspiracy people.
A lot of the conspiracy theories, of course, 9/11 conspiracy theory goes back to the Bush era.
I'm Jesse Ventura, and this is Conspiracy Theory.
Well, conspiracy mongering.
Fringe conspiracy theorists.
Conspiracy theory. Conspiracy theorists.
The people who foment conspiracy theories, crazy conspiracy theories, full-blown American conspiracy theories. Conspiracy theories are a great American pastime. And not all of them are on the right. There's plenty on the left as well.
Never told a soul about it. In fact, they engaged in a vast conspiracy.
You get accused of being a conspiracy theorist.
Speculation, conspiracy theories.
Let us never tolerate outrageous conspiracy theories.
Painting this type of picture only feeds the delusions of those who wear tinfoil hats around their house.
You know, there have always been crazy people who gravitated, if they have schizophrenia, who gravitate toward conspiracy theories.
Those true believers in the mystic power of New Age crystals, spirit channeling, of people who talk to trees.
How does this term conspiracy theory get used, and what are the purposes that it's used for? Conspiracy theory is a little bit like the word propaganda. And it's used specifically to discredit someone and to say, in effect, you're nuts. You're making it up, or you don't know you don't have knowledge about this, or that you're irrational. That's the description of a conspiracy theory. So that is a very effective way, and frequently used in the mass media and by media commentators and reporters, as a means of discrediting points of view that they don't agree with.
Conspiracy theory is a term that's used whenever anybody ascribes conscious intent to people with power. The minute I say to you that the very people at the top, the plutocracy, the very rich and powerful, the ones who own most of America, that they are consciously pursuing power and wealth, someone will come along and say, what do you have, a conspiracy theory? People who operate in this world operate with intent. There's no such thing as imperialism without imperialists. There's no such thing as capitalism without capitalists.
Popular usage of the term conspiracy theory does not appear to closely correlate with evidence in support of a particular assertion. British Prime Minister Tony Blair dismissed the idea that the invasion of Iraq may have been motivated by oil as an absurd conspiracy theory. In fact, the most absurd conspiracy theories are often promoted by the most powerful individuals in society, including Tony Blair himself. His claim that Iraq had retained massive amounts of chemical and biological weapons and was plotting with Al-Qaeda to attack the West had zero evidentiary support. The Third Reich promoted the conspiracy theory that Jews were responsible for most of the world's ills. During the Cold War, American policy planners claimed that the Kremlin was engaged in a worldwide communist conspiracy, even while their own intelligence reports suggested the opposite. More recently, Muslims have become the primary scapegoat. In 2008, the John McCain presidential campaign mailed out 28 million copies of the pseudo-documentary Obsession, a hate film suggesting that Muslims are engaged in a massive conspiracy to create a worldwide Islamic dictatorship.